Right, let's move to this story now, and it's something that's going to get motorists very hot under the collar. Barely a few weeks since it announced an extension of the grace period for driver's licence bookings and renewals, the Transport Department has sparked outrage with its plan to charge motorists an extra fee, 250 Rand to book online to renew your driver's licence. This excludes the cost of the licence itself, and 700 Rand to register vehicles online or change ownership online. The AA is furious. They say it amounts to a shakedown for motorists. And I'm joined now by Leighton Beard, who speaks for the Automobile Association. Hi there, Leighton. So we know that these are proposals, but they have been gazetted. Just explain what these proposals are in short.
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head in the intro, Sally, and basically what these proposals are is an amendment to the fees. And what they suggest is that when you make an online booking, you'll need to pay 250 Rand to make that booking. And we have pointed out that it excludes the amount of the actual card. There have been some reports suggesting that the RTMC says, but it includes the card, but that's not what the Gazette says. The Gazette is quite clear that it's for an online booking. And the same for the registration of a motor vehicle is 700 Rand, which is a lot of money. It's excessive, in fact. And they talk about transactional fees. The transactional fees may not have changed, but in our view, they've always been excessive. People are struggling to get booking slots in the first place. We've got all kinds of plans on the table, how we're going to improve the system. None of that has been gazetted since the Minister spoke on the 30th of August. Yet we are now seeing something that is in relation to fees, and these are quite excessive fees. And we are very annoyed by this because I think at the end of the day, we champion the rights of motorists, and we feel that the rights of motorists in this instance are completely being trampled upon, and they deserve better, to be quite honest.
And talk to me about the Road Traffic Management Corporation, because this all falls under them. And you make the point that they're operating with a surplus already.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 260 million Rand surplus, or close to 262 million Rand surplus that they're operating under. The core function of the RTMC, and I note, and I use the word core function, it's not a key function, it is the core function of the RTMC, is the promotion of road safety in South Africa. When we look at a situation where we have 13,000 deaths plus a year on our roads, we have to ask why a corporation that has a surplus of 262 million is not using that money to promote road safety more effectively and efficiently in our country. Yet we have an amendment to fee structures that call on motorists to pay 250 Rand in addition to the card fee. And in our view, this is absolutely outrageous. And we will certainly be making a submission raising our concerns, and we're also beginning an online petition to very vehemently oppose these proposals becoming law.
And just remind us of the burden that motorists are already facing. I mean, we've just seen an increase to the fuel levy. Explain to us a little bit more about the burden in terms of the levies that we're already paying, but also why you feel this is double dipping and what that is exactly.
Well, look, I mean, in the first instance, many people who own vehicles are already paying taxes. And I think from their perspective, they would like to see an efficient system in place that is going to manage those taxes properly and provide them with services that are efficient and reliable. And sadly, when it comes to vehicle license renewals and driving card license renewals, that is not the case. We have a situation where if you own a vehicle, you're already paying 30–40% of that to taxes in the form of the general fuel levy and the road accident fund levy, which is an entirely different story in terms of the mismanagement that is happening there. And that's something that the AA has spoken about at length in the past as well. In addition to all of that, motorists now have to pay additional fees to get online booking slots to then go and renew their driving license cards. There's, first of all, no guarantee that people are going to get slots to renew those bookings or to make those bookings, to renew those licenses, because the system simply doesn't work. It's broken. And now they've got to pay 250 Rand just for the benefit of getting that booking. When they get there, they will have to pay additional fees. They will have to pay transactional fees for interacting with the RTMC. And all of this money is going to a corporation that had a surplus of close to 260 million Rand in 2020. And you have to question why is that money not being used, and what exactly is the money being, what exactly is being done with that money? I think this really, and I said this before and I'll say it again, South African citizens, South African motorists deserve a lot better than what they're getting at the moment. It's unfortunately, we're hearing a lot from the ministry, a lot from the minister, a lot from the Department of Transport about what is going to happen, what is coming down the line, but we haven't seen anything gazetted, and yet we still see people queuing and slots aren't being made available to them.
Leighton, quickly, have you had a response from either the Transport Ministry or Department or the RTMC to your real concern about these proposals?
No, we haven't. And the only thing we have seen is something that was posted on Twitter. And I mean, the hue and cry following our press release was inevitable, but unfortunately it doesn't follow protocol. When the government wants to interact with people, Twitter is not the place to do it. It needs to do it in the government gazette. And that's where we will be looking for any clarifications that they posted last Thursday.
All right, thank you so much, Leighton Beard, spokesperson for the Automobile Association.